Target. Target.
I think in most Asian families, it's easy to listen to your parents, and it's harder to just follow your dreams and just to go, do what you want. And it's usually art that's kind of like, it's like a no-no. So you got to get that degree, that science and math. But I feel like we're so lucky to be in this generation that we can actually follow our dreams and actually be successful.
Yeah, and it's like we both have been through this journey where we try to fit into the little boxes and, be the good Asian, the good Asian daughters.
Let's go.
Never be shy. Just don't care about what other people think. Just be yourself. Of course, it's really easy to say that, but it takes a long time for you to actually do it and don't care about anything. As long as the women pass that point, those kind of women are gonna achieve anything they wanted.
I was on a set and there was a boom guy named Johan Bien, Johan, and he was playing air guitar on his boom pole. And then we were just joking about, oh, what if there was like a air guitar championship of the world? I was like, maybe I'll make an Asian story, and I kind of changed it to Yaohan, like YAO-HAN, and kind of went from there.
The thing that I really like is the idea of art. What is art, and how our parents who want us to be like in a safe situation and then have like a steady job and everything, how like they can react to something that's different. And I've been struggling with that with my, my own parents who like were very scared and still are very scared for me to be in the movie industry. But I'm pursuing my passion and I'm very happy no matter what. And I'm way happier now that I'm, realizing what I want to do than just like have a steady job and a steady income.
This scene that we're working on right now is the crescendo for Curtis. He's now at the point where he's realized the truth of his grandmother potentially being a racist.
I'm Ella, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Our story is completely inspired by our own true story.
Themes that I think are really important to us at the moment, but also to the world, of like intergenerational miscommunication, family, race, but we're trying to come at it in a playful and fresh way that's sort of personal and intimate to us.
For generations, we've been too afraid to speak our truths to our elders out of respect, and we're bound by tradition, by culture, and all of that. And it wasn't until I put my foot down and really defied it did we get to reap all the benefits from the beautiful outcome, which is what happened, which is what you're going to see in the story. So.
The film is about dancers, and it's inspired partly by my life and by people I know who do competitive dance and who come from really competitive backgrounds and families. And it's about sort of the pressures that come with dancing and how it affects your life.
A composer wrote a specific song for this film that they're dancing to, and we hear it throughout the movie, and then it finally comes into this full orchestral moment. I think it's going to be really touching.
The message that we learn from this character in our film is that she learns through her journey that it's not always about being the best, and it's not always about being perfect. It's actually about enjoying what you're doing and having a passion for it.
And through those trials and trying to find yourself, also finding your happiness, and how you really are going to cope with stress.
Today we are filming a bathroom plant bath. Our character Alice, the younger sister, tries to save all of her plants by giving them a bath. It does not go so well.
One of the things that kind of really drew me to the story and the script was looking at how certain people's behavior can just be always some kinds of unknown, and there's an interesting angle for mental health and mental wellness in the story that also speaks to me about how oftentimes people's mental illnesses or their behavior can in a lot of ways be stigmatized and kind of be used against them in certain scenarios.
Do you have trouble sleeping?
I don't think so.
It's always. I can answer that one.
If you care for something too much and you don't let it have freedom and if your care is limiting, then you end up hurting them. Even though it comes from a place of like deep love and deep care, it ends up being detrimental.
You can't love someone and control them at the same time.
Yeah, if you love something, let it go, basically.
Action!
This is scene 2 when the siblings find the journal and where one wants to reveal and say, "What's in here?" And the other one's, "I don't want to read it to you." And so there's a clash of wants and needs in this scene. The actors actually came to me with a story, and I had to look at it and I had to think about what's the best way and use of who we have here in front of me, and how can we tell a story that's related to family, loss, and intercultures. And they had a 20-page script, and I was able to rearrange everything and cut it down to almost like a 10-minute script. I think just through that process really helped me want to help them tell that story. And essentially it's a story that I share as well, growing up here and being somebody who's CBC as well. I want to share that story for everybody else who could relate.
The first scene we're going to do is our actor turning the camera on herself, and her face start to morph from her own face into the politician's face. The inspiration behind this film is really about the deep fake technology emerging from the day-to-day media, and we start to see all these consequences that come out. So I started to think, what could be the worst thing that can happen in this day and age? What if our performance, what if our portrayal is being used for a very sinister purpose with this technology? Sometimes the truth we find tends to be ugly, but even then, the search for truth should never be shied away from. So the search for truth, that's what I really want to convey to the audience.
Right now we're shooting a scene where there's actually 3 thieves that's breaking into the house. We come up with a story basically to describe what's the feeling of actually studying abroad and working abroad, and how far would each individual go to actually chase that hometown feeling. For example, food is a huge part of culture in Asia. Just the right bite, the right flavor of the food will bring you a lot of good memories back.
They're terrible. Nothing like home, like how my grandma used to make. Nothing beats a grandma's dumpling, nothing.
Peter is this student, he's studying abroad, and he just misses home. He thinks dumplings here are terrible, and he just wants that hometown feeling of what it was like when he was back home and he was having dumplings with his parents and grandparents and everything like that. So we just wanted to show that you're still able to, wherever you are now, to have that hometown feeling. You just have to look for it in the right places, and you can make anywhere your home.